Hey guys, what's up? So this is gonna be the last, you want to call it Blu-ray update of 2012. I'm gonna do a separate one for December. So this is gonna be the last one of all the stuff I got throughout 2012, excluding December. Out of breath just saying that. But anyways, this part's gonna be a lot, so I'm gonna try and go through it as quickly as possible because, like I said, there is a lot. So the first one I got, well, the first one of this update is Snow White and the Huntsman. Now, I'm not really into these kind of, these kind of movies, the ones that take place in the past, the whole, this era type of movies. I'm not really a big fan of, but I liked the cast. I liked who was in it, so I thought, let me give it a try. And to be honest, I still thought it was okay. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't amazing or anything, but I don't know. I just can't get into this era of movies. It visually it looked awesome. The fight scenes that there were cool. Charlize Theron as the evil queen was awesome. She was amazing in this movie, and everybody else was just okay. So I just thought it was okay. Didn't love it, didn't hate it, middle of the road. It's kind of it's a movie that, like, it's good enough to stay in the collection, but not amazing enough to, like, watch. Maybe it's good enough maybe to watch once every other year. This next one I absolutely loved. I thought it was fantastic. Probably one of the best horror movies that came out in 2012, and there's a lot, and I haven't seen a lot of them, but so far this one's ahead of the pack. And it's Cabin in the Woods. Loving this lenticular slipcover. Such a great original horror movie. One where it looks like it's going to be a certain way, and then you get through about halfway and you're like, wow, that was completely unexpected. And then you get to near the end and you're like, wow, definitely wouldn't have predicted that ending. Which is great for a horror movie because you really don't want to predict the ending. But this was really fun and really original. The ending I thought was, it could have been better, but it doesn't change the overall experience of this movie. I would highly, highly recommend getting this movie. And it's got like a young cast. It's got Chris Hemsworth, funny enough, was in this movie. I believe he did this before all his other movies, his Avengers and Snow White. So that's kind of cool. I guess it was sitting on the shelf for a while. And it has that guy from Grey's Anatomy, I couldn't tell you his name. But definitely pick this one up. Really, really good. I don't need to tell you to pick up this one because everybody owns this movie. Even people that don't even buy movies owns this movie. And it is The Avengers. I had to get myself the 3D edition, although my TV doesn't have 3D. But, I mean, look at that cover. I mean, come on. That's just amazing. This movie is flawless. Probably one of the best superhero movies ever made. One of the coolest, funnest, kick-ass-ish movie that I've probably ever seen. The fight scene at the end when they're in New York, or I think it's New York, or it's supposed to be New York. That fight scene at the end is just the best fight scene I've ever seen in a movie. It's about 30 to 45 minutes of just hardcore action. The jokes that are in here are hilarious. It doesn't take itself too seriously. Just a fun, over-the-top action movie. Picture quality was amazing. There's a bunch of features in here. This is a must-own. I don't care who you are, if you like movies or not, you need to own this movie. It needs to be in the collection, or it needs to be your first movie in your collection. But look at that cover. So good. I already want the Avengers Part 2. I want it today. This next movie was a random buy. I saw it and I was like, this looks interesting. Would never pay full price. I got this for about $7 at Movie Stop, and it's called 4321, and it says 4 girls, 3 days, 2 cities, 1 chance. Now, it stars, the biggest name in this movie is Emma Roberts. But this movie it's pretty cool how it's told. It kind of has a Tarantino, Pulp Fiction kind of vibe to it, where there's like 4 characters, 4 girls, and the movie starts with something that happens. The movie starts with the end. Like the first scene is the end scene, and then it basically rewinds to the beginning of the movie where you see these four girls and they're hanging out. Then they all leave to go do something, and then the story follows each girl for about half hour and their day that leads up to the last scene. So, for instance, you'll see Emma Roberts, and even though hers is like the fourth story, but like it'll follow her, and then it'll go to the next girl, and all the events that lead up to the end. It's really cool. It's different. The acting is not that great, but it's a fun movie. It surprisingly looked amazing, and it's a British movie, basically. Everybody's British in the movie except for Emma Roberts. She doesn't play a British girl. She's just an American living in Britain or London or wherever the hell the movie takes place. But this is a fun movie. If you see this movie and it's super cheap, check it out. You may like it. It's different. It's cool. I liked it. And it's by Universal. It's a Universal Pictures movie. There's the back, if that. It's cool language. I love watching British movies, and the dialogue is just so witty. So cool. Half of the time I don't know what they're saying, but it's cool. This next one also is another one everybody owns, and it's Prometheus. I did not get the 3D version. I didn't love it enough to buy the 3D version, but this is supposed to be a prequel to the Alien movie. I liked the movie. I didn't love it. I wasn't blown away, but it was a fun movie. It was cool. It's very atmospheric. The picture quality was great. I love Charlize Theron. I thought she was really good in this, and she was really good in Snow White. But it was a fun movie. The ending after the credits was pretty cool. Kind of gave you a goosebump type of feeling. At least it did for me. But it's a cool movie. If you're a fan of the Alien movies, I'm sure you'll love it. If you're just a sci-fi fan, I'm sure you'll love it. But like I said, it may not be for everybody. At times it was a little bit slow, but overall, cool movie. This next one I actually really liked a lot. It got really bad reviews, and it's Chernobyl Diaries. This is a found footage movie about like these group of kids that go to I think it's Russia where this movie takes place. It might be Russia. And they go visit, they go on a tour, and they go see this this nuclear power plant explosion that happened, and their car gets stuck, and it's just them stuck there. And I really, really like this movie. I know people don't like it. I had a blast watching this. This probably had one of the best looking picture quality titles I've ever seen, and it's so funny because the movies that you wouldn't expect to have good picture quality, this one was amazing. And I like the cast. It was like I don't think I'd recognize anybody. Oh, it had Jesse McCartney, which I don't know what he was doing in this movie, but yeah, this is a fun movie. Give it a shot. I loved it. It wasn't like freaky scary or anything, but it was just a fun watch. This next one I had never heard of until I saw it at Best Buy, and I was like, let me give it a try. And it's Red Lights. And this is a movie about two people going around and explore people that claim to have supernatural abilities, and they go and see if it's a hoax or if it's real, or they're trying to prove that it's fake. Overall, very, very entertaining movie. I love the plot. Great acting. It was really cool. It had one of those kind of twist endings. I didn't predict it, but like I said, I love the cast. It has not Al Pacino, Robert De Niro. It has Sigourney Weaver, Cillian Murphy, and one of the selling points for me, which is Elizabeth Olsen. She's right here. I love Elizabeth Olsen. I think she's gonna be huge. So yeah, give this a shot. It's a really, really interesting story and movie. This next one I wasn't expecting to like. I didn't even want to buy it, but I was like, you know what, screw it. It was around my birthday, and I was like, let me just buy it because I felt like buying a movie. And it's Seeking a Friend for the End of the World, and what do you know? This one was really, really good. The reason I kind of strayed away from it because I thought it was going to be like a straight up comedy, and for the most part it is, but it does have a little drama in it. It's a little sad, but overall, it was really fun, really good picture quality. Just a fun kind of road trip meets, it's a fun road trip movie with the end of the world in the background, but it's a fun movie. It definitely has a lot of great cameos, and I would definitely recommend this. So definitely check it out if you can find it for somewhat cheap, because I don't want you to pay full price for that one. This next one was a little bit of a letdown. I remember seeing the trailer, and I did laugh throughout the trailer, and pretty much that's most of the funny parts. And this is the first Tyler Perry movie I own in my collection or I've ever bought, and it's Tyler Perry's Medea's Witness Protection. I've never watched a Medea movie, although I have seen all her shows that come on TNT, or his shows on TNT. But this overall was okay. Like I said, most of the funny parts were in the trailer, but there were a few funny parts. Most of it with what's her face, Medea. It was okay. It's one of those movies where I'm on the fence. Should I keep it? Should I not? I did enjoy some parts. It did run a lot. This movie should not be an hour and 55 minutes. Let me just say. If this was an hour and like 20 minutes, it'd be a great movie. Ran too long for that type of movie. But it's alright. This next one, I wanted to love. I really did. And I just found it to be okay. And maybe I need to rewatch it, which I probably do, because I had to watch it in like 2 parts. But it's Dark Shadows, and of course I had to get the lenticular cover. But I don't know, like I was expecting more. The plot, it's a weird plot because I don't know, it's just, it doesn't have like a linear structure to this movie, in my opinion. I feel like there's no reasoning for this movie. It's so hard to explain. It's just I didn't get what the point of this movie was, and but I do love the cast. I think the casting is really cool, and Chloe Grace Moretz, it's like one of my favorite actresses, if not probably my favorite, probably my top 3, and not even her could save this movie from it just, she couldn't, but she was great in this, because I love her in everything, but not even she could really make this movie amazing. So I think I need to rewatch this again. But overall, I thought it was weird. Couldn't get into it. Now, these next 4, I got from Warner Brothers. They were having you had to use your points, because they're going to stop doing that whole rewards program. So I had enough to get 4 movies. And I've only watched 1 out of the 4, because I'm never in the mood to watch any of these. The first one is Shawshank Redemption. This is the Digibook edition, because the list they had was really bad, but I think this is probably the best one that you're going to get for your points. I've actually never seen this movie, and it comes on TNT every day, and I've never watched it. There's a lot of Shawshank sayings from different movies and stuff that I don't get because I haven't seen this movie, but one of these days I'm going to watch it, but like I said, never in the mood. The next one is The Green Mile, another Frank Darabont movie. Never seen this one, but this one is 3 hours and 8 minutes, and I just don't have 3 hours to watch this one. I hear it's amazing. I hear it's really sad, but this is one of those ones I'm gonna watch like at the end of July when like nothing comes out. This next one I really didn't want, but my fiance really wanted this movie, so I was like, all right, let me get it for her. And it's The Wizard of Oz. I know that's blasphemous. I don't know. I don't even know if I've ever seen this movie, to be honest. I might have seen it as a kid, but she wanted it, so I got it for her. Still in the wrapper. Who knows when I'll get to it. And finally, I had never seen this movie, and I watched it, and I really liked it. And it's National Lampoon's Vacation. It's weird, some of the movies that I've seen, and some of the movies that I haven't seen. But this was a fun movie, a fun road trip movie. A lot of crazy stuff that happens, and I would definitely suggest checking this out. It makes me want to watch all the other ones, so one day I'll get all of them. Okay, let me go to this one. This is a DVD that I wanted to get. I was in the whole. I had bought. And actually, I forgot to get it, and I'll include it. I'll include it in the next update. But I had bought the CM Punk Blu-ray, and I loved it, and it made me want to watch other documentaries. And I had this one on VHS, but I wanted it on DVD, and it's the Rise and Fall of ECW. This is a must-own if you're into documentaries and you're into like really behind-the-scenes stuff and stuff that you're like they're not supposed to tell you. Definitely get this. And what was great about this version, it came with ECW's One Night Stand. This was the first one where they got all the guys back together for a traditional ECW pay-per-view type of wrestling event, and it was cool. It wasn't amazing or anything, but this is a must-own for wrestling fans. So I think it was like $7 at FYE, so that was cool. This next one I loved, absolutely loved, and I'm gonna go on a limb and say this is my favorite musical ever, and I'm saying that because I don't like musicals, and it's Rock of Ages. I absolutely loved this movie. I know, it's weird. I don't like there's movies that I like. Prometheus I thought was okay, yet I love this. And the reason I love this is because I love the music. I'm a big 80s music guy, especially rock music. I had all the great 80s hair metal band stuff and the ballads, and it was cool to actually have the actors sing it. You know, they could have just lip-synced it and had some stand-in sing, but it was really cool. The storyline, I mean, it's not the greatest story, but it's really not about that. It's really just about the singing. Picture quality was amazing, and this was a fun movie. Great cast as well. Tom Cruise was the shit in this movie. I just loved seeing him do something completely different from every movie he plays. He's always the same action guy. It was great to see him do this. This is definitely a must-own if you're into music. I loved it. This next one I did not love. It's probably my least favorite of the Pixar movies, and it's Brave. I thought this was just I didn't love it. I didn't care for it. It didn't even feel like a Pixar movie. It felt like a traditional princess movie to me. It didn't have the elements of a Pixar movie. I don't know. I don't know what everybody was raving about, but I didn't care for it. Great picture quality as usual, but by far my least favorite Pixar movie. And there's some Pixar movies that I don't like at all. Like I don't care for Ants. I mean, not Ants. Bug's Life. I think I actually like the first two Cars. The first Cars movie. Both Cars. What am I saying? Both Cars movies I actually like better than this. So I don't know. And to be honest, I'm this close to selling it. But the fact that I have all the Pixar movies, and to sell one of them just wouldn't be right. So I'm just gonna keep it. This next one I got on Black Friday for $10. It was a steal because I love this movie, and it's Think Like a Man. This is it's a chick flick, but it's for like dudes. It's a chick flick for dudes. Very entertaining, very funny, and I kind of like how it's, you know, it follows all the guys and what's going on with their relationship with the girl. Totally dug it. Really, really, really good. This next one people shat on. I don't know why. It was really, really funny, and it's The Campaign. I kind of have a short little rant story about this. I actually bought this when it came out for like $22. Like five days later, Best Buy had it for sale on their website for like, I think it was like $8. But on the website, it was the cover of the extended cut. But when they sent it to me, it was the regular Blu-ray standalone version. That kind of pissed me off. I would have liked to have had the extended cut. And then you're probably wondering how I have this. As usual, I returned the extended cut version at Best Buy without the slipcase. Kept the slipcase for the standard standalone disc. So, but Best Buy pissed me off. If you're gonna advertise something, have the right cover. Don't discourage people. Don't trick people into buying a lesser version, claiming to be the better version. Whatever. Either way, love this movie. I thought it was really funny. Short, sweet, simple, hilarious. This next one I bought because I remember Wet Movie 1 raving about this movie, so, and the plot seemed cool, and the whole idea of the movie seemed cool, so I bought it. And it's Detention, and it's true what he was saying, because he was saying it was like a kind of like a teen movie mixed with a slasher movie meets Breakfast Club meets like Scott Pilgrim. There was a lot of shit going on in this movie, a lot. I mean, it had the vibe of Scott Pilgrim, where you see like all this random stuff pop up on the screen. If there's a joke, you see a little bubble of something ridiculous. It was just like, it reminded me of Crank, a teen movie version of Crank. That's what it reminded me of. But it was really cool, really witty, totally different and unique. So I would definitely recommend checking this out. I know it's expensive everywhere, but I happened to get it at Movie Stop for like $10, so that was cool. But definitely give this one a shot if you're into something different. I'm just going to go into this one next. I had to get this. I had gotten an email from Amazon.uk talking about this box set that's only exclusive to the UK, and I had to get it because I love this show. And it's The Big Bang Theory. It's seasons 1 through 5. I actually was going to buy season 5 on DVD because I had the first 4. But I was like, you know what? I love this show so much, I need it on Blu-ray. So instead of going out buying them individually, I got the box set. Exclusive to UK. Really cool. I love how the box looks. The only thing I don't like is all the seasons don't have slipcases, because they all originally have slipcases, but these don't. That was the only negative about it, but other than that, I loved it. This is probably the best sitcom show on TV. The episodes are so good, they go by literally in about... Each episode's like about 19 to 20 minutes, but they go by so quick because there's so many characters. It's so witty. If you're like a geek and you're into like comic books and movies and TV shows and things like that, you'll love it, and that's why I love it. It's a must-buy. Buy all the seasons. Amazing. This next movie also got shit on. Everybody said it's one of the worst movies of the year. I love it. I thought it's probably going to be one of my favorite comedies of the year, and it's That's My Boy. I laughed so hard throughout the entire thing. Matter of fact, there were some points I was even crying. That's how much I laughed. It's probably one of the best Adam Sandler comedies in his collection of movies. I do love his R-rated movies. I like his PG-13 ones because they're good, but then there's a little bit of heart to it, and that's why I love those. But I love his rated R ones because he goes super raunchy. It's so weird how he goes family to raunchy. But this, amazing. The cameos in this is priceless. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but the cameos are incredible. This next one was cool. Magic Mike. I felt really awkward picking this up because I actually got this from Movie Stop. I reserved it, and it's for chicks. I mean, for the most part, it's got a good story, but it is a little embarrassing picking up this movie. But it does have Olivia Munn's boobs in it. I mean, I don't know. That could be a selling point, but it was cool. It is what it is. This next one is I did an unboxing of this and a review. It's the 2-movie double feature of Deep Rising and The Puppet Master. Love Deep Rising. Still haven't watched Puppet Masters. Don't know if I ever will, but $5. And last but not least, it's The Expendables 2. This was cool. It was if you like the first one, I'm sure you'll like the second one. I don't know why Jet Li's in the cover. He's in it for like the first 10 minutes. Once again, it's mostly focused on the same people. Stallone, Statham, Terry Crews, Randy Couture, Dolph Lundgren. The whole movie is basically about them. And then you'll see Chuck Norris pop up for about 5 minutes. Then you see Bruce Willis pop up for 5 minutes. Schwarzenegger for 5 minutes. Van Damme, he's the main villain, 10 minutes. So... whatever. But it is what it is. You know, if you like the first one, you'll like the second. If you hated the first, you'll probably hate the second. Anyways, guys, that's it for the update. 25 minutes, damn. So the next one will be December. It'll probably be pretty big because there was a lot that I picked up in December. So look out for that. I'll probably have it in a week. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.